a lot of what we spoke about had to do with making my life my medicine. So like every aspect of my life, every input. What's happening, YouTube family? Jared Weiss back with another video on the Jared and James channel. If you guys didn't know, that must mean that you're not subscribed. So you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the video. Be sure to follow me on all my social media. So, for today's video, I'm going to be talking about a super interesting development that actually just happened this past week with regards to my whole healing process, like from all like my major health issues I've been going through. So anyways, as you guys know, I've been working very hard on trying my best to heal from all these issues. Like I've been taking a lot of action, I've been trying my best, and like I've been working hard for the past few years with the help of Victor Cozzetto, who's been fantastic. But like I recently hit like a little bit of a plateau. So like early on, I definitely made a lot of improvements with the help of doing a lot of like major detoxing, which was definitely helping to like offload all of my detoxing organs, such as like the liver, the whole like lymphatic system. But like a lot of like what I was doing was like pushing out toxins and like pushing out a lot of stuff, which is like one of the reasons why I've been constantly going to the bathroom for so long. But having said that, so like I recently made like a little bit of a plateau. I've been low energy for a while, which is definitely part of the process. It's definitely totally normal. Like while you're healing, sometimes feel worse before you start feeling better. But anyways, Victor has always been super encouraging to me as far as exploring every resource out there, looking for every possible tool to help me gain every advantage as possible, with helping my body to ultimately heal itself and place my body in the right environment, in the most optimal environment, so that this way it can ultimately perform all the tasks it needs in order to fully heal. So therefore, I wanted to reach out to Dr. Cassie Huckaby, who's another brilliant mind in the world of natural healing, naturopathic medicine. So anyways, this past week, by the time this video comes out, it will have been 2 weeks ago. So I actually had my first appointment with Dr. Cassie Huckaby, and it went fantastic. So first off, this doesn't mean that I'm gonna be moving away from all of the amazing habits that I've implemented with the help of Victor. This is more so to update what I'm currently doing, because where I'm at, there's definitely certain changes that I need to make in order to keep moving forward, to update my current plan, as well as continue doing a lot of what I've already been doing. So one really good thing about speaking to Cassie was that I was able to figure out that her and Victor honestly have a lot of overlap with their knowledge. So there honestly wasn't anything too drastic that I wasn't prepared for. But I've been writing to Tommy John every so often the past few months, and he had recommended to me that Dr. Cassie could honestly help with a lot of my issues as far as enhancing my own healing capabilities. So what I think is that maybe it's possible that by implementing all the stuff I've been doing with Victor, as well as all the stuff I learned and I'm gonna be learning from Cassie, I think all the pieces of the puzzle are in place for me to get better ultimately. As Victor always says, it's important to disregard time, to not be so focused on I have to be better by this time. So I totally agree with that. And so anyways, let's get into some of the stuff that Cassie and I spoke about, because some of the stuff could definitely help any of you guys who are going through your own health issues, or even just wanting to fully optimize your health and optimize your whole life. A lot of what we spoke about had to do with making my life my medicine. So every aspect of my life, every input, is it aligning with who I ultimately want to become? Is it aligning with my goals for health, with my goals for every aspect of my life? Is it all in harmony with nature? Is it all pushing me towards healing, or is it pushing me towards poison? So a lot of the stuff thankfully I'd already been implementing a ton of lifestyle changes with the help of Victor, but here are some of the main changes that I'm going to be making as far as updating my current plan. So as I mentioned early on, I have been detoxing a lot and at a high rate for a really long time. And so what Cassie said was that early on this is probably super helpful for me, which is why I was able like to add back in so many foods to my diet, which is why like I had been able like to make a lot of progress with my healing. But then recently I've been super low energy like for a long time as I've been detoxing heavy and stuff. And so like what Cassie was saying is that like if you're going to be doing so much pushing on the heavy detoxing, your body needs to be mega nourished, and also like it needs to be done like for like a short period of time. So like I've been doing it for like over a year. So like, and like I'd actually spoken with Victor about this, and like Victor and I have definitely been trying to like reduce the amount of detoxing like I've been doing. But like difference here like is like what I needed was like more personalization, more customization to my current needs. So like Cassie was definitely able like to like figure that out. Like I might like fill out like the shoes like intake form, and like I basically described to her everything that like I'm currently feeling, everything that like I'm currently at with regards like to my health, like with regards like to my life, like with regards like to my energy. Anyways, what like she was able to figure out was that like I've definitely been on like the pushing end of the detoxing for like a really long time, and like as a result, like when you do that for too long, you're also going to be depleting your body's minerals, which is important for energy, which is important for like nourishment. Like she's not against the idea of getting rid of these toxins and stuff like that, but like one thing that like she also wants to make clear to me was that also she doesn't want me to constantly be using the word toxins, because using that like is almost like giving that word power over me. And so she's not saying that toxins aren't real, because like obviously they are. Obviously they have like huge impact on my life and like on like my whole health through certain needles, like which like I'm not allowed to say on YouTube, like the word starts with a V, as well as like tons of antibiotics increased a lot of toxins in my body, in my brain, and as a result like I've been going through severe health issues, like as well as like the acute phase of the life-threatening illness. She was definitely able like to confirm for me that like the causes of my current situation were based on all of these harmful inputs, but like she doesn't want me to give those too much power, because what she wants me to think to myself is that like whatever power those had over me is now over with. So like I've gotten rid of the majority of whatever those harmful inputs did to me, and now I'm moving forward. I'm gonna take control over them. And like honestly, Victor always thought this way too. Like so like Victor was never about living in fear. He's constantly telling me how like it's so important like to like empower yourself over all these toxic inputs that are in our daily lives. So therefore I should like see the healing as like done already. I'm there. I'm envisioning myself as the strongest, most powerful, most gritty, resilient version of myself, and it's done. So like a lot of what she talks about also like has to do with like visualization, as well as like constantly using the power of like the placebo effect. So like for instance, like whatever I eat, having grace for that food, and using the power of the universe, the power of what I believe in God, like to like give me the nutrients I need, like give me everything I need in order to like to feel like my optimal self. So like here were some like questions like she told me like to like ask myself throughout the day. Like so like how would the strongest version of myself eat? Would the strongest version of myself be so consumed with this one negative thought? Would the strongest version of myself be more focused on producing content every day that like makes me happy, that makes me feel like my ultimate best self? So like when it comes like to like anything like any of like the inputs that like I'm adding to my body, she told me to like change the reason for why I'm doing them. So like something else like I wanted to add was that like she was also saying to me some of like the things that like I've been taking like are obviously really good stuff, but like it might be a good idea like, to take a break from some of them and then reintroduce them soon after giving my body a little bit of a break. But like then maybe they can even have a more positive effect. But like I've been on them for a long time, so like it's time to give my body a break from some of those and to like change some of like the reasoning behind why I'm doing them, rather than seeing this as like ridding the body of toxins and like giving giving that word so much power. Focus on promoting health. So like as Victor often says, like he's all about managing wellness rather than treating disease, because disease, as I've said in the past, is not separate entities. It's all about like promoting health, doing things that light you up, that make you your happiest, most vibrant self. Also, a lot of what we spoke about had to do with like spirituality, had to do with like the law of attraction. So like for instance, when it comes to like the law of attraction, you don't want to be focused on so much of what you don't want. You want to be focused on bringing what you do want into your life more. So like in order to do that, it's important like to be aware of the bad things. As I've said in the past, like with like some other things like I talk about on this channel, it's important like to be aware of like the negative energy, and it's important to be aware of like all like the evil stuff out there. But like you don't want to be so consumed with it that like you end up attaching yourself to that. So like same thing goes for healing. So like if you're so focused on toxins, if like you're so focused on avoiding this, avoiding that, then like you're not going to be living fully. So like one thing that like she made clear to me was that like, she wants me to be focused on living fully rather than avoiding dying, essentially, like, or like avoiding disease. So like she wants me to focus on living my life to the fullest. So like she even said to me like how amazing it is, like I'm making YouTube videos while I'm going through my healing process, how like I'm writing my book, and she told me like doing those things could be part of my whole healing process. Like so like, she wants me to be talking as much as possible, even though my speech isn't where I want it to be yet, because soon enough everyone's gonna be wondering what happened to all my speech issues. So like, she told me to like sing as much as possible, to try my best to say everything I want, as hard as it may be. She told me like to make as many YouTube videos as I can, because doing this will ultimately make me be aligning with where I want to be, and then therefore I'll be bringing more of that person into the light and into the more I do that, the more I'll be there. We also spoke a lot about like eating a lot more fruit, getting a lot more hydration and nourishment from there, focus on getting mega nourished. We also spoke about like improving the quality of like my stomach acid, like to help like break down foods better, as well as like my thought process before I even started eating. Spoke about a lot about like continuing what I've been doing as far as like grounding and getting into nature, hydrating through the things that like I already used to hydrate, like such as like coconut water, kefir, bone broth. So like all these things like have already been fantastic habits that like thankfully I've already been implementing. She told me to keep going with all like my workouts and like keep attacking those goals, because those are some things that like I love to do. And so like the more you do things that like you love to do, the more you're going to be medicating with those things, essentially, because your whole life is all full of inputs, and like every input is going to impact your stress levels, it's going to impact your whole body chemistry, and so therefore your whole life needs to be medicine. We're going to try to get an earlier sleep routine, as hard as it is, but like the more we're going to implement certain things such as like betaine HCl and certain other stomach acid quality products, the less stomach activity I'm going to be having at night. So like hopefully that will ultimately impact my sleep in a positive way. Going to be implementing some new supplements, but like as she likes to call them, and also like as Victor likes to call them as well, tools. So like you don't want to see like the tools like as being the ultimate thing that's like killing your body, because as Simon John says, as I've spoken about in the past, you heal you. No matter what input you're going to be adding in, no matter what supplement you're going to be taking, your body has to be the one that ultimately assimilates it into the body's tissues, into helping it heal itself. But like having tools is definitely an important aspect. As Victor always says, like you want to take advantage of every tool out there in order to like essentially give yourself whatever competitive advantage you need, like because your body, in my case, my body's been through a lot of damage, so like it's definitely a good idea to give it every tool that could possibly help it. Then we also got into like talking about like how much power I already have, how incredible the body is at being able to heal itself, and so like just like keeping this in mind, because as she said, the placebo effect is super powerful. So like you definitely want to use every aspect of that. So power of belief in yourself, belief that healing is possible, seeing it is done. We definitely uncovered a lot of truth during this first appointment. We're definitely gonna start trying out some of the new supplements, some of the new eating habits. But like, there's not gonna be too much change as far as like what I've already been doing with Victor. But, like, it's gonna be a matter of focusing more on like promoting the body's natural pathways, like being able to detox and do things such as like baths, like so continuing those because those feel good and because they're going to be promoting health, as well as of course like I'm going to be continuing like many of the habits like I've already been continuing with Victor. Soon I'm going to show you guys my full morning routine, which is very powerful, and like I'm going to show you some of the stuff and like I'm going to be adding to that through the help of Cassie. We're going to be dialing it in now, we're going to be updating it based on where I'm currently at. Now's the time to focus on like nourishment, hydration, and like helping the body along with like whatever it needs to be doing, which I've already been trying to do for so long. But like I really feel like doing this and implementing Cassie's help could honestly be the missing piece to the puzzle of my whole healing process. So like it's definitely important like to take advantage of every resource available. So like this definitely is not me stopping what I've already been doing with Victor. This is me implementing another member to my team, and like hopefully the last piece of the puzzle like I need to help me ultimately heal myself from all these health issues. Also like when it comes like to my speech, like she actually told me this one story about the about like this one comedian who actually used to have like a really bad stammer and stutter, but then over time like he actually healed himself of it, and then shortly after that like all of his fans actually wanted him still have it. Like it's like all of his fans like were actually missing that like once he ultimately healed himself from it. So like maybe that's gonna so like I definitely see that being me one day. Everyone's gonna be wondering what happened to all your speech issues, but like it's gonna be, as she said, like for now it's important to like release my judgment over my speech, relax into it, and just like play and have fun with like where I'm at, because ultimately it's all gonna get better soon enough. So like speak as much as possible, sing as much as possible. Spoke a lot about like natural light hormones, which I'm going to be talking about when I get into like the morning routine. One thing like I want to talk about, like she actually mentioned on like my plan, was be honest with yourself. Choose life. Choose what deserves your precious life. This is the only one you get. Make it exactly what you want. Your expectations work every time. Use expectation wisely. Use your mind wisely. Are you feeding your fears or your life? Go into each day expecting magic to happen. Go into each day looking for all like the positive things and like have already happened. Rewrite all of your stories. Make sure they all look good. Make sure they are worth your life. So like this is all like super powerful mind stuff. So like I hope you guys are able like, to take a lot away from this yourselves. Hopefully you guys are aligning your lives with like the best versions of yourselves, as I was talking about. Make sure to take inventory over your own life. What habits might be like poisonous? What habits are going to be contributing to becoming the best version of yourselves? What habits are in alignment with your highest selves? So like, are you choosing life, or are you choosing the fears? So like, I'm going to be talking more about like my whole like healing process with the help of Cassie, but still like continuing what I'm doing with Victor, combining it all, making it into my perfect package. And so I'm going to be updating you guys shortly. I'm going to keep making videos as Cassie encouraged. Outside now, just trying to get a little bit of that evening sunlight to close out my day, as this was like one of Cassie's recommendations. I believe the sun is already set, but like probably just missed it. Let's see it there. But like this was like going back to the whole light exposure thing. But like it's pivotal to get like the morning sunlight. But like the evening sunlight is still like an important recommendation, just like to close down like and wind down the day. Also, a few more things I want to add as I'm making my delicious dinner is that like we also spoke about the importance of focusing on my food preparation, which I already do. Trying my best like to actually have fun with it and like do it out of love and caring for myself enough like to give myself the highest quality foods, the most nutrients, and the best possible nourishment. And like imagine every food is of the highest quality because I love myself enough to feed myself with the highest quality nutrition. And also like the importance of eating in a relaxed state, so like whether it be putting on some music, as I like to do, listening to a good podcast, like really being there, like really being present while I'm eating, and like savoring every bite, making sure every bite is the best bite ever, because when I make food it is. And one more thing, we also spoke about like the importance of like everyone in my life being surrounded by like, the best quality people, as I always talk about, because as I always say, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. So like it's so important to have the best friends in the world, best family in the world surrounding you, because those people will lift you up when you need it most. And those people are going to be medicine for your life. They're going to be medicine for your soul. So like it's so important like to have like friendships who align with your values, with your principles. So anyways, let's make this food now. We also spoke about like how like no diet is perfect. The best diet is going to be the one that works best for you. So like it's important to have like, even if you are someone like who isn't like super disciplined, you don't want to be someone who hates yourself whenever you have something that's quote unquote unhealthy. So like make every food medicine for you. Try to like extract whatever nutrition is coming from whatever food is. Imagine that every food is going to be the highest quality, healthiest food possible as it goes down into your mouth and like through your digestive system. Because like this way you won't be like compounding bad on bad in a sense. Make sure that mind is crystal clear. Make sure that mind is medicine too. Fruit in between meals also. We have a delicious fruit, some grapes for today. Organic grapes. Perfect for hydration and nutrients. And the taste is amazing too. So now YouTube family, as you can see here, we have our delicious dinner for tonight. Have 3 scrambled eggs with some broccoli, some spinach, some good spices. And so I love myself enough to make myself this delicious dinner, and now I'm gonna enjoy and savor every bite. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about like my updated healing journey. Also guys, so like I'm also not going to go into like every detail like happened during our conversation, like or like every part of the plan, because also every person's different, so like everything has to be customized to you, because like we're all at different points. We have different levels of harmful inputs in us, like we have like different levels of like nutrients in us, so like it's important like to customize everything to you, but like there's obviously good principles that could be taken from anyone. So I hope you guys have been able like to like listen to all like the principles I have for health and healing, and like hopefully you guys can implement some of these into your life. But like also like, I obviously paid like for like the full appointment, so like I'm not going to give everything away on here, because that wouldn't be fair to Cassie and it wouldn't be fair to me either, because I actually took the time and I took the initiative in order to like go out learning more and more. And I love you guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like, drop a comment. We out here. Peace.